To those unfamiliar with the topic, AI will usually conjure up scenes in movies like iRobot. Most people think of artificial intelligence as simply encompassing ultra intelligent robots capable of thinking just as smart as humans. This narrative, while certainly worrisome to most, is slightly fanciful. It's off the mark in terms of the true threat that AI now poses to the sustainability of Earth. Most computer science students start their degrees expecting to learn something about artificial intelligence. In 2019, 37% of organizations reported that they employed some form of artificial intelligence inside their organization. The market size of artificial intelligence was valued at a massive $51 billion in 2020. And finally, a recent survey showed that 91% of top businesses report having an ongoing investment in AI. Topics students learn include things such as Markov models and decision trees. Essentially, students learn how to use massive data sets and learn the fundamentals of probability to use computers to make decisions that are informed in ways that humans could never think of, but computers are capable of. These models support products that are used globally. The global autonomous car market was valued at 1.45 billion in 2020 and is expected to reach 11 billion by 2028. One of the most popular autonomous car companies is Tesla. Additionally, companies like Facebook, Google, and Twitter have been alleged to harvest data from their users in order to make predictive programming choices. This leads some users to believe that their phone is listening to them. Governments worldwide saw an 1,800% increase in ransomware attacks, and the healthcare industry faced a 755% increase in those attacks in 2021. Cyber attacks using aspects of artificial intelligence have managed to become one of the largest threats to organizations around the world. Feldman and others in integrating AI into weapon systems makes an interesting point. Although AI may be an advantage in cognitive offloading of mundane tasks or through increased speed and capability in battle, it presents an opportunity for a new class of attacks that take advantage of the latent high dimensional spaces and deep neural networks. Computer systems that at one time couldn't be hacked can now be hacked due to AI, and these attacks pose massive threats to things such as the healthcare system and the power grid. Cyber attacks don't sound as scary as things such as hypersonic missiles, but the devastation they can incur is very great. Feldman makes two other great points in his paper. He says humans are not directly involved with the system as it performs the task independently. These always on systems respond to threats that are beyond the capability of real time human supervision. He also says at one end is the need for systems to be trustworthy, speaking on artificial intelligence systems. They should predictably do what we believe is the right thing in ethically difficult situations. At the other end is the need to be responsive and dynamic in unpredictable conditions. These weapons don't think the same way that humans do. Artificially intelligent weapons can sometimes make decisions based on efficiency that humans wouldn't based on morality. This poses a threat to an increase in war. Through this increase in war comes three major consequences that can affect the climate. One of which is the emission of greenhouse gases. The world's militaries account for an estimated 6% of all greenhouse gas emissions. However, this statistic is sometimes disputed due to the fact that countries sometimes underreport the greenhouse gas emissions of their militaries. Another threat of war applied to the sustainability of Earth is the food supply and other supply chain issues. Today, we need to look no further than Ukraine to understand that war in areas that are important to the global supply chain, such as Ukraine, which is the breadbasket of the world, this can affect the global supply chain and cause harmful effects to the rest of the world. Third, we have pollution. Conflict zones always fall victim to pollution. Again, we need to look no further to places like Ukraine and Afghanistan to understand the harmful effects that war has on the environment. So, to combat these problems, it is important, I believe it is important, that computer scientists working on artificially intelligent weapons must come to understand the risks associated with doing so and the moral de-skilling that will happen between killer and the consequences as a result of the weapons they are building. They must also understand the effects that this will have on the environment. If computer scientists bring this to attention, it will fall on national leaders to have a treaty for artificially intelligent weapons to prevent these disasters.